Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because tonight we're talking about staying alive, the NHL Canadian teams. This is the playoff report, everyone. And listen, this has been absolutely bonkers as a playoffs. There are so many close games, some are close series. Well, I guess in the West there is. Let me just bring it up to you because this is absolutely mind-blowing what's going on in the NHL playoffs. Right now, it is Monday, April 28th. The election is going on right now in Canada. And I don't really want to talk about it. But this is what's going on, and let me just move this this off of here for now. Okay, so the West, as you can see, all tied 2-2. Now, Dallas, Colorado playing right now, so there's nothing official at this moment, okay? But this playoffs is crazy. And the East, it's all 3-1. Florida just came from behind today and won their game. They are now up 3-1. So all these are strangleholds, everyone. Is anyone going to be able to win those series? Post in the comments any one of those ones that you think are going to actually win those series. Now, the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues is such an interesting series because Winnipeg goes and wins the first two games, and then St. Louis comes out and they have absolutely obliterated the Winnipeg Jets. Most Canadians that I know have the Jets winning the Stanley Cup this season. I do not. That's not the team I picked to win the Stanley Cup. So this is craziness, absolutely craziness. And yeah, so I don't know if I'm going live on Facebook right now. I gotta just check. Because it looks like it's not going live, which is super annoying if you ask me. Okay, so Winnipeg is just shocking to me. Yeah, it looks like I'm live. Okay, good. So the Winnipeg Jets, what is going on? Hellebuck is getting lit up like a Christmas tree, and it's only April, okay? Why is that happening? Why is this going on? Now, we know that the St. Louis Blues are a team to be reckoned with. They have been playing playoff hockey for the last month and a half, and they went on a tear to make it in the playoffs. And here they are, again, causing havoc, causing problems. It's what's going on. Winnipeg, Game 5 in all these series, now it's a best of 3 on all these series in the West, okay, is the most important game of the series. Now, if you go to the East, as you can see, Game 5 is the most important game of the series because if these teams can win these bottom feeder, like the one team wins, can win those games, all of them except for the Tampa Bay series means you're going back home. Just like these series, if the bottom teams win Game 5, you're going home with the lead. So Game 5 is now, I always say Game 4 is probably the most important, or one of the most important games in a 7-game series. But this just in, Game 5 has now taken over Game 4. Because whoever wins Game 5 usually wins the series in these scenarios, right? Obviously, in the West, it's a better chance. We know that the mighty Canucks, had won Game 5 against the Boston Bruins. All they needed was one win in Game 6 or Game 7, and they would have won the Stanley Cup. Guess what? Didn't happen. Boston came back, won 2 games in a row. Everything else is history. We're still crying in our cereal because of it. It's been awful since then, okay? So you have the Winnipeg Jets the Dallas Colorado series, which Dallas is up right now. It's in the second period, 7 minutes remaining. Dallas is up 3-1. And so we'll see what happens in this game. But looks like Dallas is going to win this, but you never know. Still like just under half of a game still to play. So there's a lot of talking to play. But this Vegas-Minnesota series, this LA Kings-Edmonton series, by the way, that has been wild. Not only the Wild has been wild, but the Edmonton going down 0-2 and everybody saying it's over. The Oilers are done. The Oilers are out. Like the Kings finally have their number. And I'm like, no. I picked the Edmonton Oilers to win this series, and everyone's like, Trev. They're like, RevTrev, you're wrong. You're not going to get this right this time. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, I don't care that they're down 0-2. They are going to win this series, and they are winning this series with their backup goaltender in net right now, everyone. That is how bad it's been for Skinner. Can they win it with Pickard in net? Is it Picard? I don't know. Whatever it is. That's the point. The backup, sometimes you don't even know their names or can't even pronounce them properly. But if you watched that game yesterday, I was on the ferry coming home from Vancouver. My son was playing in a basketball tournament. And we were coming home, and everyone's on the ferry watching this game, and it goes overtime, and they're like, go in your cars because of it. I'm like, really? So I open my phone up, and I'm like, listen, I am going to be watching this. I go down to my vehicle. I put it down. I have it ready to go. All of a sudden, Edmonton scores. It was unbelievable. What a comeback. That's the thing. Bouchard scores with under 30 seconds left to tie it up. And in overtime, the Edmonton Oilers looked like the better team. They totally look like the better team, everyone. We know it. You know it. It's just a fact. It's just a fact that the Edmonton Oilers were out, and they were like, we have to win this now. If that would have gone into a second overtime, I think the LA Kings would have worn them down, and they would have ended up winning. But the Edmonton Oilers found a way. And when you have Draisaitl and McDavid, you're always in it. You're always in it. But that has been a phenomenal series. All these series have been in the West have been really, really fantastic. Honestly, they have been. Now, transfer over the East, I was hoping that Montreal was going to give Washington a little bit more run for their money. That one doesn't look good. That one doesn't look good. Come on, Montreal. You got to represent Canada a little better than that. It's not just squeak in. I get it. Washington at 120,000 regular season points. I get it. But you made it. You have an opportunity here. It's time to shine. But I think the Washington Capitals, I picked them to win this series. I think the Washington Capitals are legit. They have so much experience. They have it's like the old man team versus the young man team. You know what I mean? That is, I hope that Montreal wins Game 5. That would be awesome. Now, Carolina game, I just don't see New Jersey winning this series. You might as well just end it now and trade the Hughes brothers to Vancouver. Just saying. I don't know. Just saying. So that's something to consider. Okay, New Jersey Devils. Okay, that's something to consider. Here's McKinnon. Oh, he just scored. It's now 3-2. Dallas is still up 3-2, but McKinnon just scored. What a goal. Okay. Let's fast forward to Toronto, Ottawa. I thought Ottawa put up a better fight in this. They were winning this. They won the regular season series 3-0, and then the Toronto Maple Leafs go up 3-0 in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, and all it matters. It's a new season. All that matters is what you do in the playoffs. And then Ottawa finds a way to win. Now, these all haven't been blowouts and all that stuff. Benoit, I don't even know how to say his name. He scores in Toronto to win in overtime, and then was it Brady Tkachuk scored in OT. The next game, let's just make sure I'm saying that correctly. Toronto. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. That no, Sanderson's goal gives the overtime. It wasn't Brady Tkachuk. My apologies. Overtime, wrist shot, boom, scored it. Beautiful. Done deal. Done deal. These Canadian teams, like, is any one of these teams going to win, make the playoffs, or not make the playoffs, win the Stanley Cup? I've got Winnipeg going to the Final Four, but I don't have them winning the Stanley Cup. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Tonight is the night that is kind of there's no Canadian teams playing. I know that most Canadian fans cheer for Canadian teams. I don't necessarily think that you have to because you're Canadian, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But could you imagine just for a moment that Ottawa comes back and does a reverse sweep? Toronto would honestly melt down to the core. They would honestly melt down to the core. It is crazy to think about. If there was a reverse sweep, the Ottawa Senators fans would just I don't think they would riot, but it would be bad. It would be bad. They would be mad. How's that? They'd be mad. But I thought Ottawa would put up a better fight. Honestly, in the way of wins of games. The games have been close, so it is what it is. It is what it is. So, like, I'll just bring up the games here because the scores have been 6-2 Toronto, 3-2 Toronto, and then it was 3-2 Toronto again in Ottawa, and then a 4-3 win for Ottawa. So two of those games went to OT. Best of three. Ottawa has to stay alive. Can they stay alive? Can any of these, Montreal, can they stay alive? Can New Jersey stay alive? Can Tampa Bay Lightning stay alive? Guys, this game for Florida, that Battle of Florida series, that's going back to Tampa for Game 5. That's the only one that comes to the advantage there. Be interesting to see. If Tampa wins that game at home, then they're going for Game 6 in Florida. That's going to be a tough one to win. It's going to be a tough one to win, so we'll see. I can't believe this game. 3-2. The series is tied 2-2, Colorado and Dallas. My friend Billy is a huge Colorado fan. He is hoping they come back tonight. This is a great game. So, there's a lot going on. Unfortunately, our Canucks are still not in it. It sucks. I'm still in sports depression. I don't want to watch playoff hockey anymore, but I do because, I kind of have to for the channel, and I am interested to see how people do. But I think that this team, these teams are fighting like crazy. Speaking of fighting, that brawl kind of thing that happened within Montreal versus Washington. They went into Dallas just scored 4-2. Montreal, and was it Wilson and who went into it? Was it Anderson that went into the bench and kept like kind of fighting, and the ref came with them, and then you had the big hit by Wilson last game on Carrier. And it's like it's getting to be a heated series. It's a heated series for sure. But Washington looks fantastic. Ovechkin still lighting up the lamp. Oh, what a shot. Was that Jamie Benn? Whew. That was nice. What a pass by Rantanen, I think it was. Wow. Okay. So, I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. That would be awesome. Rod's here, first one to say it. Says, I don't like any Canadian team other than the Canucks. I hear you. I don't mind the Jets. I respect the Oilers. Don't love those. By the way, Canucks fans just hate it. Canucks fans are really having a hard time, Rod. I like this. It's just like it's Vancouver or nothing. But if you talk to Canucks fans, it's weird how many Canucks fans who hate the Toronto Maple Leafs are now cheering for Toronto. That, are annoyed with how Winnipeg keeps kicking our butts in the regular season. They're like, oh, I want Winnipeg to win because they've never won before. Lots of Canucks fans are like, I want the Habs to win. Oh, I hate the Habs. It's like, or I want Toronto to win. Oh, I hate Toronto. It's like, okay. And it's like almost every Canucks fan's like, it would be awesome to see Ottawa win. Like it's all over the map with Canucks fans. So at least you're just sitting here like, I don't like anyone except for the Canucks. So Popeye says Canucks were the first Canadian team I ever saw, and that cool hockey stick was such a cool logo. Yeah, it was pretty basic, but kind of neat. Speaking of which, I'm wearing it right now, just once before I die. Okay, so Coach Rob is here. He's in the building. Good to see you. Popeye says, I don't care who wins. I just want to see Jets but I want to see great hockey. I do not care who wins. I want to see Jets. Okay, so then you care. Coach Rob is not only on YouTube, but he's on Facebook here. This is awesome. Okay, Japan 4. What's with the nonsense of trading Hughes for Dougie Hamilton? It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense, man. It's totally nonsense. Jesse is like, yes, you are live on the Blue, aka Facebook right now, because I can see you and hear you on here. Oh, thank you. It says up on my corner here that it's not broadcasting properly, so I had to go check. Thank you so much, Jesse, for confirming that. I have no idea. Tyler from Line Change says, I think it's lunacy. We already have Demko, who's labeled as injury prone, and I'd say Hamilton is worse. Missed most of last season and this season due to injuries. I know it's dumb. Coach Rob is encouraging everyone to hit the like and button. Everyone, please do. That would be great. Really good analogy there, Trev. The Capitals and the Canadiens. I know it's old man team versus young man team. It's like I wouldn't say it's boomers and Gen Z, but or is it Gen Z? I don't know which one. I think it's Z for Canadians. It's more like Gen Xers and Gen Z or Gen Z. Simon is in the building. Jeevan's in the building. Tyler says reverse sweep would be something for Ottawa for sure. Be a meltdown in Toronto if that happened. Absolutely. That's what I say. Simon says, hey, how do you like the Florida series? Yeah, I love it. I told everyone that they were going to win that game. Or that series. I actually have Florida winning the whole Stanley Cup. I know that a lot of people don't like that pick, but that's who I have. So I'm really enjoying that series. It's good, but it's sad. It's 3-1. But Jeevan thinks the Habs are done. That's an LFR I'd watch. Oh yeah. I am. So Steve Dangle's my favorite podcaster, hockey podcaster of all time, and I would love to see if Ottawa lost, just to see him rage. Would be awesome. It would be totally awesome. But at the same time, I'd feel bad for him too. Abbotsford is still going strong. Next round, baby. I know that's the good news in Canuckland is the Abbotsford is advanced, so that's good. Jeevan is cheering for the Leafs and Jets. That's it's so weird because like Canucks fans just cannot stand the Leafs, and then all of a sudden it's like now they're like, oh, let's do it, I like both of these series, to be honest, but I tune in more to the Edmonton LA one just because I have family members who are big Oilers fans that live in Alberta. So, yeah, I don't know. I think they're both great. So, Poppy says LA and St. Louis surprised me. I know. I didn't think that they were pushovers, but it is what it is. 5-2 Dallas right now. You were right about them winning. I mean, they haven't won yet, Dreamer. By the way, it was good to see you. Let's go Leafs go. Yeah, there's lots of people that want the Leafs to win. All Vancouver-based teams are going strong in the playoffs except for the Canucks. Warriors advance. I heard that. Whitecaps advance, Abbotsford advance. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Jeevan says, I've never hated the Leafs, really, to be honest. I hate the Oilers, though. I would never cheer for them. Well, one of my closest friends is a Leafs fan. We talk about the Leafs all the time. I thought I was the only Canucks fan that didn't hate the Leafs, but I actually reminds me now, Jeevan, you putting in that, is that I think we've talked about this before on my channel. So I have respect for the Leafs. I feel bad for the Leafs because they keep losing, but at the same time, it's kind of like this hilarious thing at the same time. It's like they keep losing. It's like, really? Like, how can you be that unlucky? But yeah, Popeye, I thought Dallas was good. Like, I don't understand the hype about Colorado. I didn't think that Colorado had the goaltending, but obviously they have the star in McKinnon, and they have a solid team. And Makar, of course. But I just look at that Dallas team, and they added Rantanen, and they were already great last year. So I'm surprised that more people didn't pick Dallas, but I didn't pick Dallas. I was not interested in picking Dallas, picking Colorado. I picked Dallas to win the series. So, and the other one, I picked Vegas to go to the finals. I do not want Vegas to go to the finals, but I picked them. I would prefer if Minnesota won that series, but it's not a series I super care about, the Vegas and the Wild series. So I don't know. I guess if Vegas loses and it's Minnesota and there goes LA, or whoever wins, Edmonton, LA, I think I'll probably be cheering for Minnesota. Am I going to be cheering for Vegas? I don't know. It's so hard to tell at this stage. I just kind of feel like at this stage, I'm not sure who to cheer for. And do I need to? I don't know. Would it be nice for a Canadian team to win? Yes, if the names are Montreal, Ottawa, Winnipeg. Toronto, well, I guess it would be cool because, like, think about all the people who never saw Toronto win and then they won. That would be kind of cool. 1967. That is a lifetime ago, everyone. It's a lifetime ago. Line Change says he doesn't hate the Leafs. Dislike, yes, but not hate. I more so hate the Oilers. Yeah, there's a lot of people who hate the Oilers because of last season. Jeevan says that series could still go either way. Dallas wins tonight, Game 6, Colorado at home. Yeah, I know. It's so every single one of those West series, it's the same scenario. Whatever team wins Game 5, Game 6, you got to close it out, or else we're going to Game 7. Imagine a Leafs Jets final. That would be awesome for hockey in Canada. It'd be awful for Gary Bettman. But yes, it would be something. It would be something. Yeah, so let's just talk about it. In the comments right now, who's going to win the series? Winnipeg or St. Louis? We're just going to talk about Canadian teams here, okay? Post in the comments right now. Winnipeg Jets or St. Louis Blues, who's going to win this series? I'm sticking with Winnipeg, but I should switch my vote to St. Louis because they just destroyed them twice. So, I was born in 1968 and need a Canucks Cup before the Leafs. I agree with that. I was in kindergarten when the Leafs won. Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know if Bettman would like that. No, he wouldn't. Okay. So Winnipeg, I think they really lock in at home and finish in 6. 6 or which one? 6 or 7? 6 or 7. What do I have? I think I have one. I have mine right here. Where did I put it? There it is. I picked Winnipeg in 6. Winnipeg in 6. I picked Vegas in 5, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, so Winnipeg in 7, okay? Dreamer says in the Vegas versus Minnesota series, cheering for Vegas just because of Trenton and Forbert. True as could pull a Canucks in the game. What? True as could pull a Canucks in the game? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Your original prediction was 6, but now you're going 7. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. Avs in the Dallas game. You think the Avs are going to? I think Dallas is going to win tonight. But okay, let's go to the next one. LA versus Edmonton. Post in the comments who you're going to win. Who's going to win that series? 2-2. Everyone said LA is going to win. Like, just post in there. I'm still sticking with Edmonton. I said Edmonton in 7, right? Didn't I say Edmonton in 7? Let's see. Where do I have it? I've got so many graphics that I've made, everyone. Like, seriously, being a content creator, the amount of graphics I make in a day, I can just bring that. Okay, we'll just go to everyone else. I think I picked Edmonton in 7. So, yeah, what has happened to Hellebuck? I really thought he would lock it down these playoffs. Okay, so Popeye says LA is going to win. Jupiter says, I think all my picks that I have in this playoffs aren't going to happen after all. Oof, that hurts. Kings in 7. Coach Rob is still on the Edmonton bandwagon. Okay, he's still on the Edmonton bandwagon. Jeevan says LA in 7. LA destroys the Oilers tomorrow. Okay, LA cheering for Kuzmenko. I like it. Green, Canada's team is absurd. I love it. And Tyler agrees as well. Edmonton wins because LA coach is a clown and can't coach. Wow, that's a bold statement. Abbotsford, we're all about Abbotsford here. Jets in 6, LA in 7. Whoo! Bing Tang Warrior coming out hot. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Toronto, Ottawa. Does Ottawa do the reverse sweep or is it over? Has the fat lady sung, as they like to say? Post it in the comments right now. Toronto, Ottawa. I thought it was going to go 7. Right? Yeah, I thought it was going to go 7. And I think I'm wrong on that one, everyone. I think I'm wrong on that one. I think it's going to be 5. It's going to be over. It's going back to Toronto. How can we not? So I'm going to pick Toronto in 5 here. Like, obviously, I can't. I've already said 7. But if Ottawa does the reverse sweep, that's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Okay. Yeah, it was a dumb challenge in Game 3 by the LA coach. I was just absolutely stupid. Green says Canada's best chance is Toronto, but they ain't winning either. Edmonton coach also made a lot of mistakes. Okay, I'm wearing some wild pajama bottoms. They didn't have Nucks, but I like Minnesota. Okay. Leafs in 5. Dreamer also agrees with that. Toronto is beating Ottawa. I want to say Ottawa. Picked Ottawa on my bracket, but realistically, Toronto in 5. Toronto in 6. Calvin says, I'd love to see LA versus Toronto for Kendrick Lamar versus Drake finals. That's hilarious. Jeevan, if Ottawa does the reverse sweep, sell the franchise, right? I put Ottawa up against Caps in the conference finals. Ouch. Green, Toronto will be Canada's best team this year. Conference finals, they'll get knocked out. I have Winnipeg in the conference finals on the other side. I wanted Sens in 6, so I'll take the Leafs in 6. Toronto in 7. Yeah, that one's a good one for sure. Okay, well, let's go to the last one. The last Canadian matchup, Washington, Montreal. Does Montreal win Game 5, turn things around? You tell me in the comments, can the Montreal Canadiens beat Washington? Is there anyone here that believes that Montreal is the team of destiny and they will beat the Washington Capitals? The Ovechkin Washington Capitals. Post it in the comments, everyone. And we're gonna do it. Okay. We're gonna get into Canucks talk in just a moment. So Green says, Winnipeg always overpays Hellebuck. They'll falter once again. Dreamer says Montreal in 7. Green says Washington will win. Yeah, will they win in 5, Green? Or are they going to just win the series? If Edmonton plays Florida, they're still not good enough without Ekholm. I agree. Caps in 5, Jeevan says. Coach Rob says, yes, Montreal could, but will they, Rob? Yes or no? We're not looking for wishy-washy, Coach Rob. Post it in the comments what if you think they're going to win. Caps in 5. Bing Tang, cap in 5. Caps in 5. Or in 6. So most people say in 5. I agree. I think it's going to be Caps in 5. Montreal get one more win, Green says. Interesting stuff. Calvin, I have Montreal in 7. There you go. Still possible. Your prediction is still possible. That's interesting. Coach Rob, I'm waiting for your prediction. Montreal in 7? Or is Montreal going to win in 7? You tell me. Okay. Let's dive into this comment up here. We're going to dive in. We're going to switch over to Canucks content. So if you don't want to talk about Canucks content anymore, everyone, I want you to make sure you turn off this now, but it is going to go to Canucks content at this moment. So I'm going to hit the promo, and then we're going to dive into Canucks content. All right, so Charlie says, what's your take on Mike Sullivan going to the Rangers? There's a lot of Canucks people that believe that Mike Sullivan will be the next Canucks coach. He got fired from Pittsburgh today, but many people think that it's the Rangers that are going to go after Sullivan. Do you think Mike had fun with coaching JT Miller in that small piece at the Four Nations, or do you think he would want to coach Quinn instead? I think he wants to. That's a good question. Do you want to be in a U.S. market or a Canadian market? I would think that the Rangers have a crazy market as well. But I don't know. If I'm him, Big Apple or Vancouver. Which does he have the bigger chance of success? Which one does he have the bigger leash? I think New York is the place. Apparently, New York really, really wants Sullivan. They really want him, and I don't really get the hype. He's literally missed the playoffs with Winnipeg, or not Winnipeg. The Penguins have missed the playoffs for 3 seasons in a row. So I don't want him to come to Vancouver at this stage, but maybe he will. But maybe he's a better coach. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Coach Rob made his prediction. They're going to Montreal in 7. Okay. Green says, let Tocchet walk. Let's get Sully. Woo! That's a bold take, Green. I'm on the other side. Let's nail down Tocchet. It sounds like it's just imminent here, but we'll see. No. Keep Tocchet. I want to keep him too. Sully ain't better than Tocchet. I don't think he is, but apparently Rick Tocchet wants $5 million a season. That's nutso, if you ask me. I do like Mike Sullivan. I imagine the Rangers are going to go hard at him. If things can't get done with Tocchet, he'd be the Canucks' plan B, most likely due to his relationship with Alvin and Rutherford. And it's just this whole Winnipeg connection again, which is weird. Green, Sully wouldn't want the Rangers job, one of the oldest teams with the center core locked in that's old and fading. If it's all about bright lights, he goes there. If he wants to win, he comes here. I think the Rangers are better off than us right now. I don't know. But maybe I'm totally out to lunch. They didn't make the playoffs, so I'll take Sully as an assistant coach to talk it. I like it. He was here in 2013, 2014 as an assistant under John Tortorella. That is correct. Sully with the 5th youngest team, and Hughes. Sully is also the head USA coach. Maybe that entices Hughes and his brothers. That would be cool. That's a great point. I never thought about that enough, man. Never thought about that enough. Sarfi Bear says Sully will go Edmonton after Edmonton gets eliminated unless they go after the Tampa coach, because Edmonton would go for Tampa's coach. Okay. But is Aquilini willing to pay Sullivan? Would that be a bad look if that does happen? Not willing to pay Tocchet, but willing to play Sullivan? That's a great question. But it's $5 million. I think would put him as the 3rd highest coach in the NHL, right? If Tocchet got it, what would Sullivan like? Would Sullivan want $5 million? I don't think so. Tocchet is holding up his re-signing over a practice facility. Even if we started now, that's a minimum 2 to 3 years yes away. It's been known for a while. If Tocchet wanted to sign, he would have done it already. That's a very fair point, Green. That's a very fair point. It's kind of surprising that he hasn't been there yet. Let's think about this thought. Pittsburgh is on the end of their leash. It could be a better fit because when Mike was coaching for them, they were young. Now they are aging out. Vancouver is young. Fair. Keep Tocchet. Get him to take a team deal. If not, bring up Malhotra. Dreamer? I don't think you're wrong on that. Sully has 2 cups. Tocchet has 0. Was he the head coach, though? Just asking for a friend. Sully makes $7 million currently, or he was. Wow. It's a lot of money. Yeah, it would go Sullivan, Cooper, then Tocchet if Tocchet got $5 million. All right, next Canucks topic, okay? Do you guys think that Alvin and Rutherford were too open in their press conference? Or did you, obviously we liked it because it's nice to just know the information, but you post in the comments what you think. I think Tocchet is staying with Vancouver, okay? I also don't know if that was true, but is Adam Foote included on Tocchet's contract? I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. Line Change says, I do think they were a little too open, but I also love the transparency. I love the transparency. I'm all in. No, the honesty was great. Fans deserve to know the direction of the team. I agree. All right, I got one last one for us. Which of these 3 Canucks UFAs do you want the Canucks to re-sign? Okay. We're going Boeser, Suter, Forbort. Am I missing someone? Okay, here we go. This is the question. Okay, let's just go back to as this is getting answered. You let me know in the comments, and I'll just go back to the last one as we got a few more comments come in. Talkett's shelf life is beginning to expire. Not sure he would last 5 years. This team is not good enough. Okay, Dell, good to see you. Dreamer says maybe just a little too open for the media. Just hoping it's not Hughes. It's not Hughes is wanting to leave all summer and next summer. That's exactly what the conversation is going to be like, for sure. I love them being honest with the direction. Green says, "What did Rutherford say that the other GM didn't already know? Nothing. So he thankful that Rutherford was just on. Be thankful that Rutherford was just honest with us." Okay, so we're going to this question now. Coach Rob wants us to re-sign Boeser. Dreamer wants us to re-sign two of them, Suter and Forbort. Green says Suter for sure. Everyone else can go. Boeser from Bing Tang Warrior. Suter. I have a feeling Forbort will resign. Green says Forbort if it's a fairly similar deal to his last. Always good to have a vet to play 6 or 7D minutes. Yep. Dell, the question is at what price? I agree. That is the question. All of them if the price is right, or none of them if we're overpaying. That's a smart question. I asked my chicken who is MVP, and she said Brock. Suter from Angelo, and then Popeye says Suter and Boeser. Suter and Boeser. So, all right, everyone. This is craziness. It's craziness. Also depends on what we trade away to fix our forward issues this offseason. Green, that is a great comment. The trade option is on the table for Rutherford and Alvin. It's going to be an interesting offseason, everyone. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Okay, we're calling it a night. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate you. Tonight, we've been talking about this playoffs. And if you haven't hit the like and subscribe yet, if you like passionate, realistic, and honest hockey content, whether it's NHL playoffs or Canucks content, hit the like and subscribe. And follow me on my socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. I'm here. I'm still grinding. I'm still sad that the Canucks have lost. I'm definitely in a little bit of sports depression. It is what it is. Trying to get over it. Very difficult. Okay? Very, very difficult. But the playoffs have been really interesting. Thank you so much for being here, supporting the channel. Each one of you is awesome. All right. Have a good night. And I'm going to keep following what the Canadian teams do in these playoffs. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow night is got some crazy games. So I most likely will be back on tomorrow night. 9:30 p.m. is when I'll plan Pacific time. Let's go. Go Canada.